So in last week's video, we discussed whether Amazon FBA was still worth it, and the general conclusion was that Amazon FBA was still a fantastic business opportunity. However, there are a number of people out there that Amazon FBA is just not the right business for. So in this video, I've got 6 points I want to go through, and if any of these points apply to you, I don't recommend starting Amazon FBA in 2024 because I just don't think it's going to be the right fit for you, your budget, your personality type, and what you're trying to achieve. So the first thing, which is a really obvious one, and that is your budget and how much money you have available. Now, there are lots of people on YouTube who teach Amazon FBA who are going to be telling you you can start Amazon FBA with £500 or £1,000 and go and spend 500 of that on their course as well. I'm not going to tell you that. I believe the minimum amount of money you need to start Amazon FBA is around about £3,000. Now, can you start Amazon FBA with less than that? Yes, potentially with maybe £2,000 or £2,500. If you do, you have to be very, very careful with the niche you select. Don't go picking a product where you need to sell 200, 300, 400 units a month to get ranked, as you're not going to have enough money to buy that inventory in the first place, and you're certainly not going to have enough money to run the PPC, the sponsored ads required to generate the sales volume you need to get ranked in the Amazon search results. So if you only have a small budget of maybe 2,000 or 2,500, maybe look at smaller niches where to get ranked in the top 15 results, maybe you need to sell 50 units or 100 units per month. That may be a better fit. But for everyone else who's looking to make decent profits on Amazon, you're going to need at least £3,000 to get you started. Number two, with regards to the same thing, so with the money you're considering investing, can you afford to lose that money? Don't invest any money that you cannot afford to lose. I would say 100%. Now, it's unlikely you will lose 100% of your money, because even if you choose a product that doesn't sell that well, you can still kind of force sales at a lower price point and with PPC and get some of your investment back. So hopefully you'll be able to avoid the case where you ever lose 100% of your money. But I find the people that are scared the most of losing their money are the ones that generally go on to lose it the most. You need to have money that you can afford to lose, and then you can make the right decisions. You need to be making the right decisions for your business, not decisions out of fear because you don't have enough money and you're scared of losing that money. I saw a great tweet earlier this week. It said, everyone wants to get rich, but no one wants to risk losing money. And that is true. The people that take the chance and risk losing their money generally are the ones that have a better chance of going on to enjoy success. Number three, if you want to get rich quick, and if you've seen the adverts promoting Amazon FBA from various people across the social media platforms, many people have made lots of money with Amazon FBA. And within 12 months, you could create a life-changing business, but it isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to launch a product today, because you're not going to launch a product today anyway. It's going to take you quite a few weeks and months to find and develop a product. But you're not going to launch a product and get rich straight away. It doesn't happen like that. You have to launch that product. You have to get it established. You have to order multiple batches of that product, continue selling it. Then you're launching additional products. So while you can make fantastic revenue with Amazon, getting rich quick isn't on the cards, not in the first 3 to 6 months. Now, from after that, once you start launching additional products, sure. And it also depends on your definition of rich. To some people, it's just doubling their income or having an extra £1,000 or £2,000 per month, in which case those goals are easily achievable within the first 12 months. But when people talk about getting rich, they're talking about making millions of pounds, and that's still going to take a number of years to do that with Amazon FBA. So it's not a get rich quick scheme, but it is a viable business opportunity. Number four, do not start Amazon FBA because you hate your current boss. Don't think that Amazon is going to be a better boss than what you've currently got at the moment. Your boss may not be great, but with Amazon, think about it like this. You don't have a boss. What you have is lots of terms and conditions, or terms of service as they call it. And then you have bots and algorithms enforcing some of that. So often that isn't enforced correctly. And then the actual people that you speak to are as good as robots. They are working off templated systems. They are often based in foreign countries where English isn't their native tongue. And when an inquiry comes through to them, they're given a set selection of templates to respond to you with. And there are multiple levels of Amazon support that you kind of have to staircase up sometimes to get the response you need. So if you have a crap boss, and that's one of the reasons you're looking to quit your job, Amazon isn't going to be a better boss. As long as you're aware of what you're getting into, and that Amazon won't always guarantee to treat you fairly, and there's often going to be things that are confusing or seem unfair, as long as you're patient with Amazon and you take the time to understand the business model fully, and when an issue arises, you take the time to reach out to community members and other sellers to understand what you need to do, and park all sense of fairness and right and wrong. With Amazon, it is a hoop jumping game. So when there's an issue, those are the Amazon hoops you have to jump through, and that is just how it works. So as long as you're good with that, then Amazon FBA is a good fit. But if you're probably a normal person who thinks you should be treated fairly and people should have businesses that have terms that are enforced equally and they should provide decent customer support or decent seller support, then you're a reasonable person. But Amazon just isn't that. So it's important to be aware of that before you get into this. Number 5, which follows on directly from that, is if you're not a patient person. If you find you're one of these people who can easily get agitated or angry about things, Amazon FBA is just going to make that worse. You're going to have different... whoever becomes an Amazon seller, at some point in their journey, they're going to have multiple instances where issues come up. And some of those issues won't be fair, some of them will be fair, and you'll take the relevant action. But if you're not a patient person who can't just take their time and manage their emotions to deal with this when it happens, then you're just going to lose your Amazon seller account. Because I see this a lot when issues do come up. People send these long emails or messages to Amazon all about their emotions. They don't care. You just have to keep it black and white and just get across the point you're trying to make, and focus on the resolution at all times, not how you feel about that resolution. And then the final point, that you have to be willing to invest. And this kind of wraps around to point 1, which is your budget, but it's just not about the money, it's also about your actual time. So a lot of people rush into Amazon FBA because it is an exciting business model and it does have life-changing potential, but they rush into it and then they often lose their money because they haven't taken the time to do the research. So it's so important that when you need to make the relevant investment, either from a time perspective or the money perspective, you do so. So from the start, you're going to need to spend quite a few weeks, maybe longer, learning about Amazon FBA. Now you can do that for free on places like YouTube, so you can subscribe to my channel, go through my back catalog, and you'll find videos on many of the topics. Or if you want to speed up that cycle, you can go and buy a course. Like we've got the FBA Elite course. I don't push it too hard, but it is linked to in the pinned top comment and in the description. So again, that's where you have to think about your investment. How much time do you want to invest? Do you want to invest a couple of months on YouTube, or shorten that time scale by investing a bit more money and a bit less time? And the same also applies to software. I see a lot of people trying to make Amazon work without paying for the relevant software and tools that will actually help them. I often see people, they come to me for mentorship and they've launched a product on Amazon. And the first question I normally ask them is, how are your sales going? And how are your organic ranks responding to that? Are they going in the right direction? And you'll be amazed how few people actually track their ranks, because they won't pay for software to track their ranks. And if you're not tracking how your product is progressing up the search results, you have no idea how well your business is really doing. So that's just one very, very small example. So you have to be willing to invest your time and your money, buy the right software. So I always use Helium 10. I'll pop up the usual discount codes and pin them in the top comment as well. You're going to need software to help you with your product research. You're going to need software to help you with your keyword research. You're going to need software to help you monitor your ranks and also to monitor your listing for any hijackers. There's so many reasons you're going to need software for. So make sure you're willing to invest the time and money where and when necessary. Otherwise, you're always going to be you're kind of fighting with one hand tied behind your back just because you didn't want to invest that time or money. So if you've listened to those 6 points and you think, actually, do you know what, I can manage all of those, then Amazon FBA is probably a very good business model and it is worth considering. But if any of those points kind of really got your back up or put you off Amazon FBA, then potentially it's probably not the right fit for you. Now, if you are thinking about starting Amazon FBA, one of the first things you're going to want to do is find a good product. And recently I've released a video with an associated PDF that you guys can download for free that shows you the product research cheat sheet that I use to find great products to sell on Amazon. I'm going to pop up a link to that video now, and I'll see you guys over there.